You know, the one thing about Donald Trump is he always knows how to play whatever hit he has to with his base to save himself or push himself politically. He always has. He started off with build the wall, and one of his favorite quotes was lock her up. And he loved it when the crowd would start chanting lock her up. And everybody just got so excited when he looked at Hillary and said, yeah, because if I was in office, you'd be in jail. Everybody cheered. Well, if you remember, he got elected and then they started chanting lock her up when he was president. He actually said out loud, oh, yeah, lock her up. That played well during the campaign. That played well then. If you listen to Donald Trump closely, a lot of times his base is never really fully paying attention. But if they were, he actually tells them, yeah, I was just playing you. Yeah, I don't care about you. I just want your vote. Please don't pass out in the sun and die on me. I just need you. So he always goes ahead and kind of tells them, yeah, I could shoot someone in the middle of the street. I wouldn't lose a follower. He goes ahead and tells them every time what it is he's going to do. He tells you, I play on this when it works. Same thing with fake news. He said, I call it fake news when they say something negative about me. But when they say something positive, I praise them like they're the best news ever. He'll say that, the audience will laugh, and it goes over a lot of people's head that, hey, you know what? He just gave away the finish. He just gave away the script here. He's letting you know that he's playing you. And that's exactly what he has done with this Epstein case, because when it worked for him politically to push it and to promise that he would release the files, what did he do? He pushed it and promised to release the files. But now that it could potentially hurt him politically, he's trying to cover it up and hide it and get people to talk about Obama and lock up Hillary and lock up Obama. He's back to playing that old hit, and I don't think it's going to work this time. But in this article we're going to read here from MidasNews.com, this headline right here just really leaped off the page at me, and it made me say to myself, yeah, if he thinks it can save him, he'll push it. If he thinks it's going to hurt him, he will do everything he can to make it go away. So, again, we're going to read this article here on Midas News. Thank y'all so much for supporting what it is that I do. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Help us get to 800,000 subscribers. We're closing in now. But here is this headline, and this one is written by J.D. Wolf. Unearthed. Trump amplified call for Epstein tapes answers in 2024. Trump's repost questioned the FBI's transparency, which, by the way, is a word they love these days. Mike Johnson loves to say the word transparency every chance he gets, but he sure ain't about being transparent. They're all about keeping this stuff hidden. But on January 6, 2024, which was the anniversary of the Capitol riot, Donald Trump reposted a meme demanding FBI accountability for failing to act on several right-wing grievances, including the Epstein tapes. The post uncovered by Midas Touch also referenced Hillary Clinton's emails and Hunter Biden's laptop, another one of their favorites, and asked bluntly, what exactly has the FBI been doing? So right here's what he retruthed, which the whole idea that his platform is called Truth has always been bullshit. But here it is. Hillary's emails, the Epstein tapes, Hunter's hard drive. What exactly is the FBI doing? Trump's endorsement of the message signaled his support for transparency of materials related to Jeffrey Epstein. The meme also suggested cover up on behalf of the FBI, something many people believe Trump is doing himself now, as his DOJ has announced no files, clients, or arrests will be made after analyzing the Epstein files that they currently possess. Trump's repost is a far cry from his current posture. In recent weeks, he has lashed out at members of his own base for continuing to press him on the Epstein files, calling them bad people and dismissing the files as a hoax. The unearthed post directly contradicts his now new position, suggesting that by his own logic, he too was once bad for wanting the answers. Trump's reversal underscores growing tensions within the MAGA movement as Trump scrambles to shut down a story that he once tried to weaponize. And folks, that's pretty much the story of Donald Trump's life. Is if he can weaponize it against somebody, he's going to do it. And it really shows you just how little he thinks of his followers. If you really stop and think about it for a minute from this angle, it shows you just how much he thinks his followers are some of the dumbest people on earth. Because he weaponized that when he could. He used it to his advantage when he could. He said, what are they hiding? Why won't they release it? Why won't they be transparent? And then when he gets the ball, he says, you all stop talking about it. You're bad people for even asking these questions. He himself asked those questions. He himself ran on those questions. He himself promised to answer those questions. But now you're bad people and you're doing the Democrats' work. So by his own logic, was he doing Democrats' work back then? Was he doing the Democrats' work by questioning it? Is he a very bad person? Is he a weakling? He has called them everything. Please stop talking about this. There's nothing to see in there. It's boring stuff. But when he thought he could use it as a weapon and also use it as a campaign promise, when he could use it for the campaign promise, he used it. The minute he realized it could hurt him, he walked away from it. And that's the way that he always has been. If he can sit there and make an empty promise, he will make it full-chested. He will come out there and he will say, I'm going to give you cheaper eggs. I'm going to give you a cheaper grocery bill. No one's got it. I went to the grocery store the other day, my head snapped. I got like 2 little bags. And when they rang it up, I was like, what the hell? And I immediately thought to myself, I said what the hell. But how do the Trump supporters feel? How does the ones that on election night was going, well, here's the cheaper eggs, here's the lower groceries, we can finally live again. My 401k is going to look great. Then just a few weeks later when he gets in office, they're saying, well, my 401k don't look that great right now, but that's a good thing. That's good. Trump said it was good. But I wonder what goes through their mind because, hey, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, times are hard. My head snapped. What the hell? $46 for 2 little bags that barely had anything in them. What the hell did I get? Let me look back in there again. Is you sure that's right? If I could say that, imagine how they feel every time they hear the grand total. Imagine how they feel every time they go through the drive-thru at McDonald's with their 6 kids and then they ring up the total. It's like, I just sometimes wonder to myself, we see through it. We have seen through it. We've been trying to get other people to see through it. But so the things sting us and hurt us, but imagine how it feels to them. Are they? I'm seriously just asking a question here. Are they numb? Do they not feel it? Do they not see it? Do they deep down see it? And is that why they have so much rage aimed at us? Is it because they realize we're right and that's why they lash out harder? I sometimes feel like that's what it is. I sometimes feel like the reason they hate us so much is because we're pointing it out. And if we were to see Trump finally brought to justice, if we were to see the walls finally come tumbling down on him, and let's say we actually saw him removed from the White House, and that was the end of Donald Trump's presidency, would those people ever look at us and say we were right? Or would they just be mad at us that we ever pointed out they were wrong? I really feel like they will hold it against us no matter what. And that's why I say, they may be mad at him at the moment. They may be upset that he's not releasing the files. They may even feel betrayed by him. But they're going to take it out on us. And they're going to pony up and they're going to saddle up with J.D. Vance or whoever comes next. And they'll continue to work against us. And every time we remind them of it, they'll be even more mad. They'll be even more resentful. I'm not trying to bring down the room, folks, but if you're waiting for that moment where we all hug on Maury, it's not going to happen. We're not going to have that big moment where we all just hug. It's okay. No, it's not coming. Because when this is all over, no matter how it goes, they're going to resent the hell out of people like us for telling them about it, for pointing it out. See, because he made them feel powerful and we made them feel stupid. And they'll never forgive us for it. But we had to call it out because we had to be on the right side of history and because we couldn't sit back and be quiet. I say this to my family, I say this to my friends, and I'll say it to you. I mean this sincerely. If for nothing else, I just want my channel to stand as a testament to my grandchildren and great-grandchildren and anybody that comes after me. If you're watching this video years from now and you're one of my great-great-grandchildren, hey, hope it's going okay for you. Hope the country looks I hope the country is still here. I really hope it is, and I hope you're all right. But I just want it to stand as a testament that I didn't fall for this bullshit and that we didn't fall for this bullshit. This community that we've built here, almost closing in on 800,000 people, that's 800,000 that absolutely didn't buy in to Donald Trump's bullshit. And if nothing else, that's what I want this to be. And I feel that it will be. And there's so many great creators. There's so many great networks out there all across the board with millions of people that sees through this bullshit and is on the right side of history. I truly believe, and I know some people don't feel this way because of how the election went, but I truly do believe that MAGA is still the very loud minority. And I think that we have to get louder and we have to get more confident and we have to come together. And we have to put our differences aside, whatever they are, and realize that no matter what our biggest difference is, MAGA don't have the answer for it. There's not a Republican politician out there that has the answer for it. They never have. The Republican Party has never been a party of any answers or solutions. They've always been the party of let's just grift people and let's distract people, and they were doing it long before Trump come along. Don't ever give them a pass. Don't ever go back and give the Reagans and Bushes a pass. I mean, yeah, there's times where I say to myself, damn, it's so crazy, I miss them a little bit, but they were terrible people too. They grifted people too. They used people too. They used the Bible. They weaponized the Bible just like everybody else. It's just that Donald Trump come along and saw it and took it to a whole nother level. Wrestling analogy, he's kind of like he came along and saw somebody go through a table and said, all right, I'll go through 5 tables, stack them up. That's basically what happened. He just saw that, hey, these people are successful at grifting gullible people. I'm going to take it to a level never seen before. But the Republican Party, if you went all the way back to FDR and the New Deal, they were standing there fighting and kicking and screaming against him every step of the way. Well, we had our grandparents, we had people that were on the right side of history then. We're on the right side of history now. So no matter what happens going forward, that's what I want our community to be, is that we didn't buy into the bullshit. That's what this means to me, and I truly appreciate y'all so much for helping me to build this, and I appreciate you for being on the right side of history, because I know we are. And while it does sometimes get hard to sleep at night with all the stuff going on in the world, what finally makes me go, okay, just go ahead and get your rest is we're on the right side of history.